Hey, my techie tribe, it's WendyInTech here. And y'all, so I ran into somebody while I was on the way, through a conference. I'm just networking. We talking, and he told me his name is 50. And I'm like, okay, 50 Cent, like what's going on, 50? No, so 50 is his big name, person that's in tech, very, very well known. He says he's from the A, he runs the A. I don't know how true that is. But y'all, we have 50 in the building.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
So 50, please tell us your real name.
Funny enough, so many people did not know my real name.
But this whole week?
Yeah. This whole week, I have friends that I knew for like years. It's like, 50, what's your phone number? What's your real name? They were looking for me like on the Blackest Tech website, and they were like,
Yeah.
I don't see you. I was like, you gotta look for Randall. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, all right. So, boom. I'm Randall Norfleet. Everybody calls me 50. It's a nickname. Can't shake it. So, I've accepted it. Born in Atlanta, raised in College Park. You feel me? Yeah, whole Atlanta experience. I came up to DC for a job. It's a very interesting story about how I got up to DC.
Really?
Yeah, very Atlanta. It includes an American deli, a Waffle House, a strip club. True story.
What's so funny is when I was in college in Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Texas, I left and I was like, I'm going to go to DC and be this big name person.
Mm-hmm.
My story doesn't include an American deli, anything, or a strip club.
What?
No, it's not as fun as yours. So please, 50, tell us your story. We got to hear it now.
My story is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So let's see. I went to college. I went to Southern Polytechnic State University by accident. I was trying to go to a HBCU, but I didn't really take getting into college too seriously. Mm-hmm. So I went there for computer science, figured out I hated programming. So switched to IT eventually after I was already working in it. But I got my first IT job when I was at the club.
Really? What club was this?
Club Prime Time on the east side.
Of the A?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, Decatur, Covington Highway, you feel me? Like if you was around like at the Club Chocolate and all them, back what was it, 07, 08, yeah. Everybody was at Prime Time. You see like Gucci, like you see like Pastor Troy, all them folk up in there.
Oh, so it was the spot to be at. Because, I love me some Pastor Troy.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, continue. Yeah. I'm sorry. Continue.
Club Prime Time, legendary club. And I was in front of the DJ booth and met this guy. He was like, y'all wanted to manage you, on some Atlanta stuff. So, all right, cool. But it turned out that he had a, tech job and he was a programmer. Mm-hmm. And since I was in school, I knew databases because, they teach us database stuff. We all lived on W3 schools as CS, software engineer, and IT majors. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, database? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm going to get you a job. My very first IT job I got from Club Prime Time.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's crazy because, it's so much stuff we can do in this space in tech, and people don't realize it. It's just, I think people think so surface level and not fully deep dive, because I would have never thought, and I'm not saying I'm thinking, but in that time you would have gotten a job working at a club within IT. People don't even think about that as jobs right now.
Well, yeah. So and here's my main message when I talk to people in IT, because everybody's like, oh yeah, get certs, get degree, get this, get that. I always say networking is the number one way. And growing up in Atlanta, it's like you never know where you're going to be. You're going to meet somebody at a club, at a strip club, you know what I mean? That's where we do our business at. That's where we meet a lot of people, So growing up, you get a chance to see that firsthand. Mm-hmm. That's why Atlanta's kind of different than most places, DC, you couldn't imagine, but oh yeah, I met so-and-so at Stadium. But meeting somebody at Cheetah or Magic City or something like that, that's not so far-fetched.
Right. So I probably should have started off in Atlanta. But okay. Okay, 50. So you got this club. You got this job at the club, working. How long did you work there for?
I worked there for about a year.
1 year. And then after that, what came for you?
Yeah, so after that was what? I was about 07. Then I was in college. Mm-hmm. I was about to change majors, and then I ended up being at Atlanta Public Schools, doing desktop support and all that stuff. See that? I started off at desktop. You don't always have to start off at cyber. You start off at desktop.
Thank you. No, for real. Keep talking about that, because I don't know what's going on right now. People are so hyper-focused on what they see on TikTok or I don't know, Instagram Reels, Facebook. I don't know what they're watching, but I always tell people too, you can start off in help desk. You could start off as a system admin. You could start off in the SOC. Like, why is everybody so focused on like all these do cybersecurity engineering? Why is it the first thing that you guys are trying to do?
Because it's not popular. It doesn't align with the lifestyle that's also being promoted.
Right.
Because it's like starting off at the help desk, but here's the thing. You have like government contractors, especially if you have a clearance. I mean, some of those prime contractors, they pay close to $300,000 a year for people on the help desk.
You're not lying, because you can literally get that type of role in government contracting. And I think people also kind of sleep too on government contracting as well, because I don't know if they want to do the extra work to get the clearance or what it is, but like that's still a space to also work in tech.
100%.
Like you don't have to just work for these private companies, or I think everybody's trying to jump on the bandwagon of being entrepreneurs or like starting businesses, and then you realize, oh, I don't have enough knowledge or experience. I gotta shut it down.
Right. And if somebody is gonna do that, I would say be very good at something. You don't have to be like the best, but be good enough to where you can teach somebody and you can provide value to other companies that they might not have had before. Then if you got that, then yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So
you do that too. So fast forward, Atlanta schools, you work in desktop support.
Yeah.
Now what you doing now, 50?
So I am a manager of a security team for a government contractor. And I also started my own IT company, Polytechnic Consulting Group, basically to provide network engineering, desktop support, cybersecurity, cloud, AI, the whole gamut.
That is amazing. I'm really proud of you for doing that and helping out other people in this industry right now, and also too, showing people that you could still work a 9 to 5 and you can also start your own company. You do not have to quit your 9 to 5 to have your own company. There's clauses and contracts you need to read and understand, but a lot of people now are, oh, I'm going to be a full-time entrepreneur. Okay, well, I'm confused on when we started doing stuff like that, because when I was growing up, the pastor was the mailman, and he also was the pastor at the church.
Yeah.
So my daddy is a well-pronounced person in the United States Army, highly ranked, and before he went full-time, he was a manager at Burger King. And still was in the service at the same time.
100%. And I don't think that people understand like how much comes with going down the entrepreneurial path. One, it's expensive.
Thank you. You know how much you pay out of pocket being an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
Come on now, like y'all don't get it.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like if people knew, what I mean? Like they see me everywhere, but I'm like, man, listen, like I'm doing this because, luckily my financial situation, I had a lot saved up so I can move a certain way, and then the time, so everybody's like, well, I want to make my own schedule. But when you're building your own business, it's like you end up putting in way more hours a week than you would for your 40-hour full-time job.
There is no schedule. I'll tell you now, I started a nonprofit I established it in December of, I think 2025, 2024. And I didn't start pushing stuff until like around last year in like July. It takes time to even like do stuff like the legal stuff, right? You have to make sure that's in place. And then also reading the contracts and the obligations for what type of corporation you have is totally different.
Yeah.
Because when you have an LLC and a nonprofit, there's 2 different caveats for when you do your taxes.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get nobody knocking on your door and with some handcuffs.
Yeah.
So I think people don't know. They just think, oh, I'm going to buy. I think there's like a TikTok video. They're like, oh, you could just have a LLC and then put that in your house or like in your car or something. It's like something like that. Like it's misinformation for people out there, because you have to read before you become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Reading is very fundamental. And I think people don't read no more.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, like on social media, this is going to sound terrible, but, but it's like if just buying an LLC, registering an LLC for the Secretary of State doesn't make you an entrepreneur.
It does not. I mean, I totally agree with that, because I also do have another LLC, and I'm not saying that makes me an entrepreneur, right? Because I haven't put the work, the time into that being an entrepreneur. You have to build something up.
Yeah.
That means you're really putting in the work as yourself, believing in what you're going to do and your passion for whatever it is, and building up your platform to where it can be something that other people can find useful for them. I'm not going to be calling myself an entrepreneur because I bought an LLC and it's registered in the state and I got some papers for it via mail or email. Okay, and like, what does that mean?
And here's the crazy thing. I don't think that people understand that nobody's going to tell you that you have to do what you're supposed to do with all the legal stuff, with all the accounting stuff, with all the financing stuff. You literally are your own motivation. It's like the company or whatever you're trying to build moves when you move it. So.
And I think like too, even with you having your own IT consulting companies who do like help desk support and other engineering work, I feel like people have to also buy into what you're doing too.
100%.
Right? So just because you believe in your mission and what you have going on, is someone else going to believe in your mission the same way that you do? Right? So like it's like really a lot of different avenues you have to hit being an entrepreneur. And I'm happy like you're really talking about this right now, because people out there just think it's just, I can build an app and then put it out and that be it. Like, no, being an entrepreneur is way more than that. Like the business conversations, you have to know how to talk business. You have to talk to the actual contractors. You might even have to hire legal support to read some type of documentation for you, because you can be as smart as you want, but if you ain't go to school being a lawyer, you ain't know what them contracts saying. You gonna be like,
and that's kind of where those relationships come in, right? So it's like a lot of the people that are on my team are people that I've went to college with, people I've worked with over the years. They know my degree of work, so it's like they already know what I'm about, and they know like I'm very aggressive with my goals. And so that's really, why people are drawn to me, and I have the same direction. I'm about the same mission when it comes to this IT stuff. I'm super passionate about IT.
I'm very passionate about my industry as well. I'm very passionate about cybersecurity, but I really had to put myself in the space of just cybersecurity. That's why I was WendyInTech, because I was a computer science background.
Really?
Yep. So my background, my undergrad was computer science. I did Java, C++, C#. I hated it. I did Linux systems, Ubuntu, Linux at the time. I also did Windows servers, all that. And then my master's was at North Carolina A&T State University.
Aggie Pride.
Yes, you know it. And that was in IT. And now with that program was really a deeper dive for me, because I didn't know much about IT. So I got a deeper dive into IT, like way back, like history-wise, like fiber optic cables, switches, and routers, like where it started at our whole entire telecommunications platform, how we got started with telecommunications and moving stuff and messages and everything, encryption and decryption. I don't want to bore y'all, but we can go on. So I did that, and I also got a certificate in cybersecurity at the same time.
Yeah.
I kid you not. When you made a point too early, was like, I want to go to HBCU. So when I was growing up, I was not like so focused on like, going to HBCU. I think like my mom and dad were like really like, hey, we want you to go to college, get a good degree. And then they knew I was a little bit odd, because I liked computers, and like I was involved in like decryption. I was interested in already. I was a little bit, I play video games. So like I was like already into the stuff.
Right.
So I was just like, whoever got the best program for me, I would go to. And I grew up in Beaumont, Texas. So what I always see, honestly, is like Lamar, maybe Sam Houston. That's it. My parents had me touring like Liberty University. I played sports. I still went to play sports. I had like tried out with the team. I was going to walk on with a full scholarship and everything. And I ended up hearing about Mary Hardin Baylor for one of my friends. So Mary Hardin Baylor is a smaller Division III school. I think probably like, like a PWI you went to your undergrad year. And I'm only saying this because like, for me, I would never regret going there, because at Mary Hardin Baylor, I really literally sat down in a classroom where it was probably like maybe at most like 8 people. I think one of my classes had like 30 people in there. And I had professors like face-to-face conversation talking to me, like helping me out. I feel like I was in a bigger crowd. I probably wouldn't have got that in undergrad,
Right.
I was very intelligent, but also too like, I like to ask questions. I like to know deeper dive of what I'm doing. Like, I'm not the person who can just go in a classroom and just like, you show me a lesson and then I'm just going to do whatever and turn it in. I want to actually understand and know. And they let me know. So when I got to NCAT for my master's, I just feel like it was a reiteration of what I went through. And I do wish I would have went there for undergrad, because I didn't even know they had like the number one program in the HBCUs for computer science and like computer system technology.
IT too.
IT as well. Like that's the program I was in. And NCAT does a great job of execution for our community, for African Americans. Like I love all these HBCUs, but that's definitely going to always be like one of my favorites. Like when I have kids, they're going to NCAT.
Yeah.
To start off. Like I would never regret my own journey, but I know like with the whole entire conversation with HBCUs, that is HBCU I would love to see my children go to starting off undergrad, because I really do not regret that at all.
Right. And funny story, not a lot of people know that I'm actually at A&T, for the same program that you was at.
Oh my God, right now? No.
So
oh my God, right now, 50?
Yeah, so nobody peeped it. Like when I was doing my talk, I had on an A&T polo.
Okay, so first of all, I missed a lot of the talks this week because I had a lot going on, but send me a recording. Okay, Aggie Pride. Okay, so
that's why
I told you that program. I thought you were saying it because you went there for your master's, but now it makes sense because you're working it. But that program is killer. Like, It is phenomenal. That program is like one of the best programs they have, especially at a higher level for like your master's degree.
Yeah.
You need to definitely let me know. We can talk more about it because like I'm super excited about that.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. So I went to a school called Southern Polytechnic State University.
Mhm.
I don't regret it at all.
Mhm.
And so growing up in Atlanta, especially in the 90s, it's like we were so used to being on the AUC campus, especially like with Freaknik around. So it's like we were always going to the AUC. It's like one of my friends' pops, he ran like one of the most popping, like stores around there,
Mhm.
Stiegel's Grocery. Like if you watch the Freaknik documentary, they all talk about it. The
Right.
wing on wheat, so it's like we were always there. They always had like the classic games, like the marching band stuff, the classics, So we were so used to Atlanta, like you're so used to like being around HBCUs, it's almost normal,
Mhm.
So I did want to go to Clark, did want to go to FAMU, but I ain't fill out no scholarship applications. I ain't even fill out an application, So listen,
You were just talking to talk.
yeah, I was just having fun. I was just out of high school. I was like, all right, what I'm gonna do? Everybody else like, I'm going to college. I was like, oh yeah, that is right, college, right?
Oh yeah, let me.
Oops, yeah, let me figure that out real quick. And I applied to Southern Poly real quick, and they let me in, and it was so fun, because we were very small school, but very tight knit. And because there weren't a lot of women on campus, I got a chance to go to almost every school within reasonable driving distance, from Georgia State to Kennesaw to the AUC to Emory to Agnes Scott to Burnell, West Georgia, UGA, like
You
Clayton
was
State.
all over. That's why everybody know who 50 is.
That's kind of how it got
That's like, I feel the same
started.
way. I was kind of like over everybody campus too. Like
Yeah.
I went to one of those schools where I was just kind of like all over
Yeah,
the place
listen, I skipped class. Man, listen, Tuesday and Thursday, Georgia State Unity Plaza, Hump Wednesdays at the AUC, Market Fridays at Spelman, and then, Atlanta, that was like 0405. You had like Boys in the Hood out, Crime Mob was out, and so a lot of the people I went to school with, they went to Cedar Grove, so with Crime Mob. So they was like, hey, we about to go here and see them perform. So we go there to see them perform. And then it's like everybody had friends everywhere. So we was on Bankhead, and let me tell you something. My college experience does not sound like a college experience. It literally sounds like an
It's not
Atlanta
like in
documentary.
the literally, I'm about to say,
It's an
it
Atlanta
literally sounds like
documentary.
you had a special in like Boys in the Hood or something like
Listen,
that.
I can almost you could point out any video from like between '04 and '08, and I could tell you where I was, and I was
You
probably in
might be in the
college.
video.
There are some where I'm in the background. I didn't like to be in front of cameras like that, but it's like I was always around,
Bro,
always.
50, you're hilarious. That's so funny. I'm happy, but I'm, like I'm happy I can hear that because like not everybody in tech is like the same way. They're not all, kind of like uppity. Some people might think, or like they think they're better than other people and stuck up. Like we are really people who live regular lives and we are
Yeah,
doing regular things and we're all just trying to have fun and enjoy what we're doing. We just happen to work in tech. That's
absolutely.
that is what it is. And also our jobs are very important. Do we to protect your data, protect a lot of things that go on in this world. Technology is one of the biggest things, but we do like to have, fun sometimes and get into like, letting loose, have a nice happy hour session.
Yeah.
It sounds like 50, had a good time in the A. It's crazy because so I've been to Atlanta before, but like as an adult,
Mm-hmm.
I've been there like one time and I've been trying to go back. Someone told me about Render
Yeah.
conference.
Yes.
I've heard that's like actually a really good conference because I wanted to ask you too, like, how do you feel about so many conferences going on right now? I want to say like before I was really big on like conference culture and like it helping other people in our community really get jobs. And
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're involved with Blackest Tech Week. So like my
Mm-hmm.
first question to you is like, how do you feel about the conferences? And the second one is, do you think that Blackest Tech Week was very beneficial for other people out there?
I'm gonna start off because I'm still here in Houston. Blackest Tech Week was very instrumental and influential. Man, listen, Tosan, shout out to you, shout out to the
My boy
entire
Tucson
team,
is taking
man.
over.
Like, yeah, I've been coming to these events for like the past 3 years. Like one of my boys, Tosin, also Nigerian. He spoke I think a year or two ago. So ever since then, I've been coming out. But man, like the kind of networking, the kind of experience that people get, I think it was really cool. And to kind of move into your first point, I love that there are so many Black Tech conferences
Me
now.
too.
I love that there's the Renders. Shout out to Justin and the team. Shout out to Camille with STEM Social. Like got Blackest Tech. Shout out to Femi and Io with Techsgiving. You know what I mean? Like I love it because when you go to these big tech conferences like the Splunk.coms and the Microsoft Ignites and the AWS summits, it's literally like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. Oh yeah, NSBE too. I'm on the board of NSBE. I should have said that first, but you have these big companies and conferences, it's 40, 50,000 people. But when you see us, there's probably what, maybe when I first started, I went to Splunk.conf. It was 10 of us.
Yeah.
It was 10 of us. It was what, 10, 20,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like me, I'm a very outgoing person, but not everybody is like that. And so the conferences like the Blackest Tech gives you room and space to kind of be yourself, to kind of get a chance to like learn how to network
Mm-hmm.
and talk to people. So that way, when you start going to like bigger regional conferences and these big conferences, you get more comfortable with talking to people.
I like how it's so intimate to me,
Yeah.
So people give me misconstrued for someone that's like super outgoing and someone that's like very socialite.
You're not?
I'm,
What?
I'm very introverted, extroverted kind of like I am okay. It just takes a lot of time for me to be in the public. So like when I go to like conferences, like massive crowds of people,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get like, you know,
Yep.
but when I go to like the conference like Blackest Tech or things that are kind of like that, I'm able to like, do more like freely speaking, socialize. I don't feel like I'm exhausted from having a day of talking with people or meeting people, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was something I can take and create these relationships for the long run. We can continue to talk to each other for years from now. We build something strong, like a really good, strong brotherhood, sisterhood in tech.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm really proud of these conferences. I just wanted to ask that from like your own perspective. This was not sponsored or like, endorsed by Tucson. I just wanted to ask
Yeah,
the
he didn't know
question.
I was gonna say that.
I just wanted to ask the question to get your own opinion because I'm being real here. So
Yeah.
I'm happy you said that. I really have to get the chance to experience Render. I've been hearing great things for it. I really want to do it.
So the one thing, so like me and Justin, we talk a lot about, Render. I think he was here at Blackest Tech, I think a year or two ago, like our first time here. And so he's very intentional about like the speakers that he has, and he really doesn't want it to be as much as a party, but he really wants
Thank
people to
you.
learn and get some benefits. So their keynote speakers, he's very, very intentional with that. And so I like that about Render. I have not had a chance to go because it's usually around Memorial Day and I'm out of the country. This year it's right before Martha's Vineyard, and everybody in DC is going to Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, I heard about that. I missed that last year. So that's like in August, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to make note of this. Y'all
Yeah.
make sure y'all know what's going on. Okay, these events are going to be massive. Render, ATL, and Martha's Vineyard is right after.
Yeah.
A huge chance for people that's working like any space, tech, finance, whatever, to make some massive networking to like, you never know what it can lead you because that last year was so packed.
Yeah.
And I saw some great things happening just online from that entire experience.
Yeah. I really want to get to Render so bad. That's the one I really, really, really want to get to. I might try and fly down because I'm going to Vegas like the next week. And I know there's another conference at the same time, National Sales Network in DC. So I kind of want to take a break from flying and maybe catch that one. But if I think that I can swing it, I'll fly down to Render for a day and get a chance to experience the conference before everybody goes up to Martha's Vineyard for the film festival.
That's amazing. And two, I know that you're now in DC, currently working and stuff.
Yep.
I just have a question just to know, like, how hard is it for you working in that environment?
I love DC.
So do you, I'm not like, I'm just in like the culture with everything going on with politics and everything. Do you feel any type of like, pressure on you, or you just feel like, hey, this is day to day for me?
Yeah. So here's the thing. So the reason I came to DC, I was working on Capitol Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
So I used to work under the House of Representatives. So I worked in the Ford building. So even though the agency I worked for was very pivotal in almost any decision that had for a bill to be signed, my agency, that's the one that does it. It kind of gives a hint for who I work for a little bit, but yeah. And so like, I really didn't get involved with the politics, but it's like, as far as like Black Men on the Hill, the Congressional Black Associates and all that stuff, I would go to their events. But as far as like the actual politics of it, nah. And CBC, oh yeah, I'm active at CBC. Have you been yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, rest up now and charge your social battery.
Oh my God, y'all see, like they be trying to drag me to all these events. I'm telling you, it's not me. They be dragging me there, adding it to my schedule. Here I be.
Listen, and it's crazy. Like I've seen. So I know introverts. I have a lot of introverted friends. So it's like I can see y'all from a mile away. Like y'all be ducking off and then coming back. You know what I mean? And so it's like. And so what I would say is like, especially conferences like this, it is important to like charge a social battery, like whenever and then you don't have to go to everything, But I would say like come out to mixers, like go to some stuff, take a break, charge social battery, don't talk to no human interaction for like an hour or two, and then come out and then go back in your caves and not talk to anybody.
Caves is crazy. 50 has been cut up this whole time, okay?
Listen, I deal with introverts all the time, so this is easy.
Okay, so y'all, 50, before we leave for today, I got 2 things I want you to do for me.
Okay.
The first thing, I need you to admit that Houston has better food than Atlanta. The second thing, I need you to give some advice to someone out there about their journey in tech and, balancing entrepreneurship and also just creating their own paths and pathways in this industry.
So, for anybody that knows me, I'm Atlanta through and through. I don't know what made Wendy think that she's gonna come in here and have me talk against the great state of Atlanta. That is diabolical.
Okay, wait, I don't want the Atlanteans to come at me. I'm just joking, y'all. Y'all welcome in the city with open arms.
Yeah. Y'all come to Houston. Houston has good food. Atlanta, y'all been tripping with all these like grass wall places. I don't go to them. I go to American Deli. I'm from Old National Highway.
Right.
You feel me? Like, listen, I'm on Old Nat. I'm at the American Deli. I'm at the JJ's. You know what I mean? Like, JR Crickets, that A-Town Wings, Legends Cafe. That me right there. I ain't going to all that in Buckhead. You feel me? Like, we ain't doing all that.
All right, 50. So that didn't even answer the first part. I said, just say that. You didn't even admit it. But it's okay. We'll take that.
Nah.
50's not going to admit it on camera.
Nah.
It's fine.
Nah, I ain't going to do that. I got Atlanta. Every time you see me, I'm going to have something on to say.
He in the A. He with the A with it.
Yeah.
We'll let you have that one.
Yeah.
So then last thing, I just want you to give somebody out there like some real authentic advice about, balancing working 9 to 5, entrepreneurship, and also creating their own pathways in tech. Yeah. And the importance of networking. Yeah,
so what I would say is try and have as much balance as you can. Scheduling, time management is probably one of the most important things, especially as you start to take on more things. You definitely want to like secure the money, secure the bag. Don't never mess up your bag, especially on this entrepreneurial journey. Like unless you know that you have, systems in place to handle it. Always stay networking. Networking is the most important thing by far. You never know who you'll meet. You just never know. I met somebody at the conference, like I want to eventually go to like another school, and I ended up meeting somebody here. She was like, oh, I went there. I know the director of admissions there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was an accident. I was trying to warm up my plate, and I just so happened to be there, and I met her. Like you just never know, where you're going to meet that person. So always be open to networking, always have something of value to offer. Always invest in your craft, whatever your craft is. If you're cybersecurity, like invest in that, like let people know what you do. Always be honest, about the path to get there. Mentors, like, yeah, definitely have a mentor. And yeah, have fun. It's not all work, you know what I mean? Like have some fun, go out, you know what I mean? Like drink, just don't do nothing too crazy, you feel me? And end up on ATL Scoop or Washingtonian Problems or Shade Room. or Shade Room. Funny enough, I have 2 friends that just had posts on Shade Room.
We don't want y'all to be on there, so don't get up on the Shade Room.
Yeah, and that's also why I ain't moving to Houston, because I ain't trying to be on Shade Room. I'll be on Shade Room moving to Houston.
They'll just send your stuff in all the time.
Man, listen, I rock with Shade Room, Sean, what's happening? You know what I
mean? Well, y'all, that's all we got for today. I thank 50 for stopping by, enjoying some more of Houston before you head back to Atlanta. And maybe we'll see 50 at the Render Conference this year, making some things happen, and then flying it all off to the vineyards.
Yeah, Wendy, I appreciate you having me. I might be at Onyx tonight, Chapman for show tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Listen, we in Houston, man.
Okay, thank you, 50.
Appreciate
Bye,
you.
Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all.